Hello everyone, welcome to the Twin Flame Tarot. My name is Tony and this is the Twin Flame Daily Forecast for Thursday, December 24th, 2020. However, anytime you are here is exactly when you are intended to be here because time is limitless. Hi, welcome to my table. I am so very excited if you are here. Welcome back to my returning subscribers and hello if you are new here. So as I said, my name is Tony and this is the Twin Flame Forecast. Real quick before I go into my usual spiel, I just wanted to say happy Christmas Eve if you are watching this on the actual day that this video goes live on my channel. I just wanted to show y'all my little setup here today. For our Divine Feminine, we have Saint Mary, and then for the Divine Masculine, we have Jesus because it's his birthday, and we even have the coin of, it says, "Oh, Jesus and Mary." Hold on, make sure you're sorry about that. "Oh, Jesus and Mary, through your divine and holy love, I consecrate myself to your holy hearts." I love this. You know, I know this is Saint Mary as in Jesus' mother, but Jesus and Mary Magdalene are the ultimate examples of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. So I just thought, since it's his birthday, we'll bring him to the table. And also I want to show y'all my cute shirt. Look, it says "Peace to y'all." How cute is that? All right, so let's get this going. As I said, this is the Twin Flame Daily Forecast. So first we're going to pull cards for our beautiful Divine Feminine. Next we pull cards for our beautiful Divine Masculine. And lastly, we're going to pull cards for the collective Twin Flames. If you see a deck of cards you like, I will link them down below in the description. And when I refer to Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, divine means holy. Feminine and masculine do not refer to one specific gender. Let's get this Christmas Eve reading started, shall we? Let's get our table set. We've got our sage incense. All right, here we go. Let's get it going. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. We clear, we bless. It's not burning enough. Hang on. Let's just, maybe give it a minute. Let it get nice and smoky. Here we go. Let's try that again. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. And I'm going to clear, bless, protect, activate, and fully align all my chakras and energetic auric grid systems. Yes, I love that energy of white sage. Such a delicious energy. All right, headphone users, do me a favor, please. Let's turn down the volume so that I can set the tone for this reading. Goodness, listen to that crispness. All right, beautiful. And let us set our intentions for this reading by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We invite our angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, and spirit. Please join us. Please help us to understand and to interpret these messages as we receive them. Okay, are y'all ready for a very special Christmas Eve Twin Flame Daily Forecast? I hope you are, because we are going to get started with Divine Feminine. We are going to pull from the Power Thoughts Oracle cards. All right, headphone users, let's turn down the volume for the shuffle. Gorgeous. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the Twin Flames today? These are new cards and they're small. They're a little bit difficult to shuffle. What messages do we have for the Twin Flames for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Twin Flames, whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? Beautiful. Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the Divine Feminine? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine? We just need one message for our Divine Feminine. One card, please, on the table. And it looks like that's way too many. It is, but I tell you what, we're going to take that very first one because it kind of is going with the theme that we seem to have a lot this week, which is forgiveness. Forgiveness. It's interesting, Christians, when they talk about Jesus, they talk about he died to forgive your sins. So it is kind of interesting, even though I have a completely different opinion on who Jesus was and what he did and what his death symbolizes, but that's neither here nor there. We are here to discuss it, and if you ever want to discuss it with me, just let me know. Drop me a DM or message down below. We'll talk about it. But anyway, I forgive myself. It says Divine Feminine. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am able to love myself. Oh, hear that again. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I'm free to love myself. So when you finally realize that you are good enough, you are able to leave behind the feeling of lack, of not enough, not worthy, of feeling less than, okay? And then when you clear out that negative lower energy and you raise your energy up to love, and you learn to love yourself, and you realize that, oh my gosh, not only do I love myself, but I have this incredible source of love within me. That's God. And that source of energy loves me, and it wants me to love, and it just wants me to be loved, and it wants me to be happy. Whoa. When you're able to forgive yourself, and what you should be able to, let me say this. I'm sure when we say I forgive myself, you may think of all the reasons why you need to forgive yourself, because you haven't trusted yourself, because you have been the only reason why you didn't succeed. It wasn't other people's reasons, circumstances. It's your belief in yourself. It's the feeling of lack. It's the treating your body bad. It's the abusing your body. I'm sure you're forgiving yourself for all that, and that is necessary, and that's beautiful, and it's needed, and it's healing. But I feel like the thing that we need to forgive ourselves the most is that we never, what all that summarizes into is that we weren't loving ourselves. We didn't love ourselves first. We didn't trust ourselves to love ourselves. We thought love needed to be external and come from without, when it turns out that love has always been within. We have always had this infinite source of love within ourselves. We just didn't know it. And what we need to forgive ourselves is for turning our backs on, for that separation of ourselves. That when we thought that we weren't whole, okay? Because baby girl, you've always been whole. You've always been complete. You've always been more than enough. You are everything. You are literally every single thing. It's amazing. You're complete. Love yourself. Forgive yourself for not loving yourself. And open up the door, because when you learn to love yourself, and I mean it, like love yourself, and I work on this every single day. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but you're going to be amazed what doors will open, what life will look like, how the colors will seem brighter, how the music will be more beautiful, how food will taste better. It's so amazing. Okay, let's get a little clarity on this. I forgive myself, because this is the theme of this week, forgiveness. All right, we are going to pull Divine Feminine from the Paulina Tarot. Headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine in whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We just need one card on the table. Well, you got two, and that's just fine. Let's see what you got, though. All right, King of Swords. Talking about forgiving yourself, yes. Oh, Five of Wands. So, yeah, there is definitely, you've been having some inner conflicts. This speaks of conflict within yourself. And yeah, Five of Wands, I'm sorry, which one is this? Five of Wands, absolutely. This is inner conflict. This is conflict that, burns you up from the inside out. And this is conflict that keeps you sitting in a lower vibration. So this is inner conflict. This is you not trusting yourself. You not believing that you knew what was best for you. You not knowing that you chasing love in all the wrong places. You always thinking you need love from outside when it was always here. This is what this speaks of. This speaks of this internal love and or lack of love and conflict within yourself that you are going to be able to forgive yourself for. King of Swords. King of Swords. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. Look here. Temperance. Oh, wow. The High Priestess. Oh, wow. The Queen of Swords. Oh, my gosh. The Queen of Wands. Stop. But we actually, because then you have the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So, this is exactly what we're talking about. Learning to heal yourself by loving yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is complete. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're not going to pull. I just want you to know that these two cards 100% speak of what I just said. This is about forgiving yourself for not loving yourself enough. This is seeking that balance that comes from tapping into your own inner knowing that has always been there, that light that has always been shining within you that you kind of kept in the dark, okay, that you just didn't believe, that you just did not trust. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. I mean, Divine Feminine, you are on the table here, girl. Look at this. Look at this. You are on the table, Divine Feminine. Holy cow. So yeah, this is about forgiving yourself for all the times you didn't love yourself enough. I mean, High Priestess is that inner knowing, that intuition that has been calling out to you all the time, asking you to get in balance with your intuition. You've probably been very, I mean, all the time that you weren't trusting yourself, all the times you weren't loving yourself enough to take care of yourself in the way you needed to be taken care of, all the times that you betrayed yourself, that's over. That time has come to an end. You are finally learning it is time to trust yourself. Queen, I'm trying to see what we got. Wands and Swords. Oh, heck yeah. Your thoughts and your energy. Yeah. This is about you forgiving yourself. This is about you finally putting your needs first. Literally for weeks, like 2 weeks now, we've been talking about self-mastery, right? And then this week has been all about forgiveness, healing, healing, healing. It started at the end of last week, right? About a week ago, I think. Yeah, actually. So self-mastery and forgiveness. This is what the next level up for you is. This is where you're really leveling up. I mean, look at that. That is big time leveling up, okay? Divine Feminine. So this is what this is. This is you finally loving yourself. This is you finally trusting yourself. This is you finally learning that you have everything you need and you are the one who is the magician. You're the king, the queen, the emperor, the empress, the magician. You are the high priestess, girl. You are the Hierophant. You are the whole dang everything. Everything. And the point of this entire thing here is to stop beating yourself up for who you were and what you did in the past and just accept that now, when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. Forgive yourself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I'm free to love myself. When you know better, you do better, okay? And that's where we're at. You, my darling, you are doing better. 3 freaking cheers to you. Merry dang Christmas. Congratulations, Divine Feminine. You're doing it. You're leveling up. You're getting your Christmas wish. Let me get a sip of tea. Girls, I'm so proud of you, and I can be honest with you. I can see this level up. I can witness it with my own 2 eyes just by the people I'm around. I'm watching the feminines in my life and what this year has been for them, and how they are coming at it now with a different approach. And it's been beautiful to watch the evolution of the Divine Feminine. And we're about to talk about the Divine Masculine. Boy, you've been through something this year as well, and it has been gorgeous to witness, but that's a separate path. Divine Feminine always, I believe you knew you had this intuition. You've just been turning it off, or every time, the phone rings, you send it to voicemail, or just ignore the text, or leave it on read, or ghost it. That's what you've been doing with your intuition. Well, beautiful girl, that's over. That time has come to an end. It is time. It is time for you to step up, to lead yourself, and don't worry about what you didn't know when you didn't know it. Let the past be the past. Manifest that beautiful, glorious future that you are already on the path towards. All right, Divine Feminine. I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, or hit that little notification bell if you want to see when I post new content, because guess whose turn it is? It is time for our beautiful, beautiful Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. We are going to read from the Healing with the Angels Oracles. All right, headphone users, let's go ahead and turn down the volume for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for our Divine Masculine today? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine in whatever time, date, place, or space that they are watching this reading? Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the Divine Masculine today? Oh, there it is. Oh, look, y'all got 2 as well. A lot of double messages here. Oh, friendship and focus. So this looks like it is going to be a time, a period coming up where you're going to be focusing more on your relationships, including your friendships, and strengthening the bonds of those friendships, and really giving a lot more care to those relationships. I know we've been doing a lot of self-mastery, both divine masculine and divine feminine, and sometimes when we're very focused on one thing, it's hard to see out of that vision, out of that circle. And so it feels like maybe this is a season where, and also, you know, a lot of us, well, not a lot of us, all of us, we've spent this has been the year where we've been home, where we've been kind of isolated away from each other. And so it feels like it's time to maybe water that garden of friendship, because it needs a little nurturing, so that it can continue to bloom. And probably the reason why this message is coming up for you, divine masculine, is because one of your friends is here to lead you forward on your path. I kind of picture like a video game, and you know, like when you're walking along in a video game, and then over there in the corner there'll be like a cat with like a light shining on it, and that shouldn't be there, but for some reason over sitting on a hill in the distance it's a cat with a light. You should probably go to that cat, because the cat's going to lead you to your next mission. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. I mean, immediately, that it's time for you to give a little bit of attention to your friendships. It says here in the book about friendship, it says changes in your friendships are occurring. Be lovingly honest with yourself and your friends right now, and appreciate the healing benefits of a true friend. So yeah, it says not only are you changing on the inside, but your life is changing on the outside as well. Among these changes are your relationships with friends. Changes in friendships are natural, and you're being asked to surrender whatever changes occur. Just surrender to it and allow it to be, okay? Know that God and the angels watch over you and your friends, and that you are divinely protected and driven, okay? Focus. It says on focus, think about what you want, not about what you don't want. Yeah. This is what we talk about all the time with the law of attraction. Don't focus on what you don't want, because every time you give that energy to what you don't want, guess what you're attracting? You're attracting more of what you don't want. Focus on what you do want, including in your relationships, especially within your friendships, okay? Guard your thoughts carefully, because they create your experiences. Guard your thoughts carefully, because they create your experiences. Sometimes it seems that our thoughts choose us, but that is never the case. We always choose our thoughts every single moment. Our thoughts always have an effect, and there are no neutral thoughts. 1/2 second before you hold a thought, you decide to hold it. So with practice, you can learn to monitor and alter your thoughts. This is the equivalent of putting your hands on the steering wheel of your life. Yeah, so this is kind of almost exactly what I said as well. You remember I said, hey, there's that cat, and he's going to lead you to your next mission. Yeah, your friendships are going to and the effort that you give to those friendships, and the energy that you put out about what you want, and do want, not what you don't want, and you focus, you're going to find that one of your friends is going to help you lead you. That is a clear message I'm getting, that they're yeah. Focus on what you do want. Give a little bit of more effort and energy to your friendships, and watch and keep on the periphery of your vision for that cat in the distance on the hill with the light shining on it, because one of your friends is leading you to that cat. That's definitely the message I hear, okay? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're not going to worry about the rest of that. Okay, that's the message. That's the message I hear. I don't feel like reading the rest of the book. That's the message I hear. Focus on your friendships a little bit harder. Focus on what you do want, not on what you don't want. Remember, that's how the law of attraction works. And the more that you focus on what you do want, not what you don't want, suddenly, in the distance, a little cat's going to appear with a light shining on it. Follow that cat. That's what your friendships are leading you towards, that cat on the hill with the light. All right, let's get a little clarity on that, shall we? From the White Sage Tarot. Headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do we have for the divine masculine today? Ooh, the lovers. What messages do we have for the divine masculine for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages, come on now. What messages do we have for the divine masculine? Whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading. Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do we have for the divine masculine? It is 3 cards, so I'm not going to take it. I just want you all to see, though, it's the 2 of Pentacles, it is Justice, and it is the Hangman. You can read from that what you want, but yeah, there's definitely some restoration, some balance being returned here, and something that's been waited on. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We just need 1 card, please. 1 card, please, for our divine masculine. I will take 2 cards, however. Okay, the Devil and the Hermit. You are going within and dealing with some ish right now, Divine Masculine. Let's see what you got at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Holy Moses and crapperoni. The moon, the 10 of swords, the fucking, okay, the 4 of swords, and we end on the lovers. Jesus. Okay. Your girl needs a sip of tea. Hang on. I have to concentrate for just 1 second and think about this. Okay. So this calls for 2 sips of tea. Let me lay all your cards out and think about this for 1 second about focus and friendship. All right. I feel like this is leading you on the path to finding a more complete, balanced version of yourself, and perhaps maybe your soulmate, maybe your twin flame. I'm not sure about that, but I feel like this is about you, because again, I kind of feel like these have been about self-mastery, and that self-mastery is leading you towards each other, okay? But you're both on your own path. Like, you're healing yourself over here, and you're healing yourself over here, and once you both get to a certain level, like you're both starting at level 1, and you both have to get to level like 5 before you meet, okay? That's where we're at right now. Like, maybe you're no longer in level 1, maybe Divine Masculine, you're only still in level 1, and Divine Feminine's up in level 3. That can happen, or vice versa. All right, just be aware. And y'all don't meet till you both hit level 5. I don't know if I lost you on that, but anyway, here's what I'm saying. Okay. I feel like the ultimate end, though, here is that you are headed to a more complete version of yourself, a more balanced version of yourself, where you are able to choose your thoughts, and because you are able to choose your thoughts, you're able to choose your destiny. The cool thing about being in charge of your own thoughts and taking control over choosing how you feel in any given circumstance and the vibration that you're going to offer that circumstance is that you become like the writer of the choose your own adventure book. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's what life becomes like. You get to choose your own adventure, and that's what this is. This is you choosing your own adventure through being balanced, through being complete. That's going to mean you're going to have to go in some pretty damn dark places to get through that, okay? Okay. I mean, Divine Masculine, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Divine Masculine. You're going within. Hermit, Devil. All right? I said this yesterday, I think it was yesterday. The devil is in the details, okay? That is where you are going within. You are going into these deep, dark places in yourself. It needs healing. You need to focus on healing this aspect of yourself that could have something to do with friendships or how you relate to other people in relationships, okay? What needs healing is you need to focus on how you are having inner relationships. What's the word I'm trying to say? Okay, drop that inner word. This is you focusing on your relationships, okay? This is you looking at what relationships you have that either stir up negative energy in you, okay, that make you feel angry. That's what the devil is. That tempt you, because see how this devil is being presented as a snake in the apple? Maybe relationships that tempt you into bad behavior. I don't necessarily mean these are people who are like, trouble, like they make you do drugs or anything like that, although I could be talking about that. That is you. But it could be just people who don't bring out your highest version of yourself, and every time you're around them, you can't control yourself, okay? It could also be relationships that are codependent, or it could be relationships with people that you keep picking people that are kind of like snakes in the grass. Like you have a tendency to just like lean towards just people who use you and abuse you and trick you, okay? Whatever this devil is in this relationship, okay? This is you and your relationships and the devil, okay? So again, it could be codependent. It could be people who make you angry or bring out your base level emotions every time you're around them. People who tempt you into not being able to keep yourself straight, in other words. People who are snakes, like you keep attracting like narcissists and people who are just snakes in the grass who stab you in the back. Like you just keep attracting bad relationships. Whatever it is in this relationship that this devil means to you is what you're working on, okay? This is about you focusing on yourself and healing this aspect of yourself that keeps attracting this kind of relationship to you, whatever that is, okay? And that could be anybody in your life, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your best friend, your teachers, your postman, as I always say, okay? But this is about you going into yourself moon and doing that shadow work, okay? Figuring out why is it, whatever it is in your relationships that you need to heal. And it could be you. It could be you. This may not be a person. This could be you. That you have issues with relationships. Maybe like, okay, for instance, maybe you have abandonment as a core issue, okay? Abandonment wound, right? So you keep attracting people because you haven't healed that abandonment wound. So you keep attracting people who abandon you. Does that make sense? So whatever that is this is you dealing with that shadow aspect of yourself that needs to be brought into the light and dealt with. And listen, you're tired of dealing with this. This is something that you have been dealing with for a very long time. The cool thing is that this is at the end of the cycle. This is the 10. So it is time for you to be done with this. It is time for you to rest. Stop fighting it. This is not the time to fight it. This is not the time. I'm telling you, I'm calling you out right now, Divine Masculine. Stop fighting it. It's time to be done with it, to end this cycle, to stop this cycle. It's done. The cycle is over. It needs to end. You need to come eye to eye in yourself and figure out what the hell are you doing that is, woo, girl, I knew it. I just knew I wasn't going to get through this whole reading without knocking that off. What it is are you doing that's attracting that relationships to you, or that you know, whether it could be subconscious pattern that you keep doing over and over, but you need to get real into yourself and figure that out and cut it out. It's literally telling you, cut it out. It's time to extract that aspect of yourself so that you can get a more balanced life, so that you can hear your soul, so you quit making these choices that are hurting you and others also, okay? Because remember, if you are on the twin flame path, when you're hurting yourself, you are hurting your twin flame. It doesn't necessarily mean you're directly hurting them, but you're putting in roadblocks that you now have to deal with once you finally do come back into union, or if you finally come back into union, okay? So the focus right now is healing these aspects of relationships within yourself that are toxic. This is what this is, toxic. There's something within you that keeps calling in some kind of toxicity that does not make you a bad person. I'm not saying you're doing this on purpose, okay? I have abandonment issues like out the wazoo. Y'all should see the type of relationships I used to have. Oh my God, people would just up and leave me. Sometimes I would be standing like, what the hell did I do? Literally, I'd be like, I would feel like the victim all the time, right? It's because I hadn't healed my abandonment issues. I hadn't worked through them. And that doesn't mean they're ever going to be fully healed, because just about the time you think you heal something, it's like an onion. You peel back another layer and another layer and another layer. It just keeps coming up, and it's going to do that for the rest of your life. But at least you're aware of it. So you're aware of your patterns, so that the next time that person comes knocking on your door, you're going to be prepared to say, oh, I've seen you. I know who you are. You're a person that's going to, here soon, walk away from me and leave me wondering why and break my heart, and that's not cool. So I'm going to either choose A, not to have even a relationship with you, and thank you for, holding that mirror up in front of me so I can see it again and be like, hey, there you are, and walk away. Or B, I'm going to handle this entire situation differently than I ever did in the past. That's a choice you can make. And that's so cool, because now you get to choose your own adventure. And how freaking cool is that, Divine Masculine? It's a Divine Masculine. Whew. I'm going to tell you what the Divine Feminine says. I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. That's what this is about. It's about learning to love yourself. Love yourself first. This has literally been a theme for weeks now. So, Divine Masculine, I hope this was super helpful. Give me a thumbs up if it was. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that little notification bell to see when I post new content, because now it is finally going to be time for the Twin Flames. Whew, that was a lot to say, and I am already at 30 minutes. Whew, okay, Twin Flames, let's see if we can do it quick enough. Up first, Twin Flames, we are going to read from the Star Seed Oracle. Headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the Twin Flames today? What messages do we have for the Twin Flames for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Twin Flames for whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading. Thank you so much. Let's get these over. Just a smoochy smooch. Just a smoochy smooch. Let me give myself a little bit more room on the table. There we go. Y'all can still see all that? Let me turn this just a little bit so you can see. Divine Feminine. There we go. How's that? Is that good? Good. All right. Angels, ancestors. Wait. Did I shuffle this? Yes. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. Spirit, we just need one card. That's too many. We need one card for our twin flames. We need one card for the twin flames, please. What messages do you have for the twin flames today? What messages do the twin flames need to know today? What'd you get? 2 again. This has been the day of double cards, hasn't it? Double meaning cards. Child of the cosmos and water your garden. Absolutely, water your garden. If you want to see your flowers grow, you've got to water your own garden first, okay? Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Oh boy, did we just talk about that, you know? About how divine masculine has just really, well, actually divine feminine, we talked about that with you too, about how this is about learning to trust your own intuition and to trust that you are on the right path because you are listening to your intuition, to your soul, to your higher self, because you're working on yourself. You're working on healing yourself. And you're forgiving yourself for all the times you made bad choices. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have this little guy here tomorrow, but he's definitely in the way. You're going to forgive yourself, both of you, for the times that you made bad choices because you didn't know that the whole time you had an inner guidance system, an inner GPS that you could have just listened to, but you didn't know that. And then when you know better, you do better, okay? And again, water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Okay, so yeah, this is again self-mastery. Self-mastery 101. That has been the story of the last few weeks. You twins are definitely being activated. There's no doubt that the twin flames have been activated, but that does not mean that you're necessarily going to be in union, because just because you're activated doesn't mean you're ready. Okay, and it feels like there's a whole lot of self-mastery happening, including the need to forgive yourself. All right, let's start with Child of the Cosmos. We're just going to skim through it really quick. It says, there's a mysterious force that governs all of life. An intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and the seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you as well. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it. Because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will, it's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go at it alone. We can feel isolated, as if we need to figure things out for ourselves. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells. There are billions and billions and billions of cells in your body, and every single one of those cells contains source energy, that intelligence, okay? To remember that you are a precious child of the loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities there ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you, my darling, you do too. You are a child of the cosmos. You know exactly when and how to bloom. Trust the intelligence that lies within your soul. Trust the intelligence that lies within your own DNA, within your cells. It's right there. It's been there the whole time. Your body has always known what to do. If your body knows what to do and you trust that your body knows what to do, how come you can't trust yourself? Because that wisdom lies within you. That intelligence lies within you. Let's check out this. Water your garden. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. Cyclic. You can't be on or in full bloom month after month, day after day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Take a moment to restock, to replenish, and to slow right on down. Your body is the only body on this earth that you are ever given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and your body first. So, the way, the way that you're living, like feeling like time is running out, and that there's just this urgent things that can't wait, right? Pushing, right? Okay, speaking of pushing, let me just knock that right into myself. Daggum. Anyway, that is not a sustainable way of living, all right? It's not sustainable, okay? You can't just keep going. You will burn out, okay? This exhaustion is going to just like completely take over you, and it's going to take you so long to recover from that exhaustion that you may never recover. That I see that happen. Burnout is real. It's true, okay? And not only that, when you're doing that, I mean, honest to God, think about what you're doing to your immune system. You are making yourself sick and unhealthy for what, okay? So, you're being told to put on the brakes. Where can you put on the brakes right now, okay? And what can you do to rest, to restore, to rejuvenate, okay? What I hear from this message is exactly what we're saying. Right now, it's about, again, self-mastery, about going within and hearing the wisdom and the intelligence that lies within each and every single cell of your body, and trusting that if your body can heal yourself, so can your soul. Your soul can heal, is waiting for you to heal yourself. Your soul is waiting for you to listen. Check in with yourself. This is not the time to be without. This is the time to be within, twins. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. Water your own garden. Let's get a little bit more clarity. We're going to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. Last Oracle card of this reading. Headphone users, let's turn down the volume. Gorgeous. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the twin flames today? What messages do we have for the twin flames for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the twin flames in whatever time, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We just need one card, please. Just one card for the twin flames. One card on the table, please, for the twin flames. What messages do you want the twin flames to know today? I mean, come on, just one card, please. I'm trying to get it to jump, y'all. The angels are just like, no, we will get to it when we get to it. Don't you rush us. We're on our timetable, right? Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, just one card. Thank you. Okay, that's 3, but we will take the top one because that's actually 4 cards. The initiation, this is perfect. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is a perfect card. So what they're saying here is that you are at the point where you're about to cross the threshold from the dark into the light. But right now, it is about going into the dark still. You are still in a season. And it talks about this right here, water your own garden, that, the flowers know when to bloom. They also know that there's time to die, wilt and die, and to rejuvenate, right? And to go within and to water your own garden and to really know that just as flowers know what to do, so do you. Go within, go within, go within. So this is the season that we're still in the cave, but we are on our way out. The more that we go within, the more quickly we're going to be coming out, is what this is saying. It says, some of the most sacred, let's just jump through this. We're being called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional... So basically what this is saying is this represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred, okay? And so initiations require you to cross the threshold from one world or state of being into the next, right? So when we're being called to face what scares us, we have to be willing to lose it all right? That's what they're saying. Sometimes you have to be willing to lose. And when they say lose it all, we're not talking about physically losing people you love or your home or your job or anything on your health. What they mean is to lose, to go to the initiate, to cross that threshold, to go within and to lose whatever these perceptions are that are bringing this type of situation, this type of friendship, this type of relationship into our lives. To go within and to understand what kind of energy are we bringing to the table that is causing these internal conflicts within ourselves, and to be willing to let go of that, okay? That's what you're saying. You're on the cusp of coming out onto the other side of something great, okay? You are right at it. But right now, you need to water your own garden and watch it bloom, because the more you do, the deeper you dive into yourself, the more you cut out those aspects of yourself, look at them head on, the more balance you will achieve, the greater the reward on the other side is. I promise. So this is crossing the threshold into something sacred. This is crossing the threshold into a new, more complete, more balanced version of yourself, a version of yourself that listens to your own inner voice and is willing to fight and to create a life of meaning, of magic. It's just waiting for you. It's waiting for you to grab. It's literally waiting for you to grab. It's just about you being willing to forgive yourself and you being willing to look at those. Why are you making those choices? And healing that aspect of yourself. And then actually making better choices, because it's not so much looking at it and figuring it out and trying to work on healing it. It's actually making better choices in the future. That's what it's about. All right, let's get the last cards for the day, because we are running long now. Chrysalis Tarot, thank you if you are still here. Headphone users, let's turn down the volume. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for the twin flames today? What messages do we have for the twin flames for this Thursday, December 24th, 2020? What messages do we have for the twin flames at whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We need 3 cards, please, for the twin flames. 3 cards on the table for the twin flames. What messages do we have for the twin flames? Thank you. All right, up first you got the King of Stones, or the King of Pentacles. Next you have the 6 of Scrolls, or the 6 of, hold on, is that one? This is hold on. I can never remember in this deck which one's which. Swords, is that swords? Holy cow, how long is this going to take me to get to one that I recognize? Yeah, swords. Yeah, that's the 6 of Swords. Okay. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We need 1 more card, please. Wow. Kali and the Page of Scrolls. Okay. Got a lot of swords energy on the table today. Tons of it. Tons. And at the bottom of the deck, wow, speaking of, yeah, swords. The King of Scrolls, the 7 of Scrolls, the King of Mirrors, and the 9 of Scrolls. Dang. Y'all are doing a lot of heavy work. Y'all are doing a lot of heavy lifting right now on yourselves. Okay, so the way that I read this is the present, this is the past, this is the present, this is the future, this is between the past and the present, this is between the present and the future, and the cards at the bottom of the deck are the clarifiers. So sitting in the distant past, we have the King of Stones, the King of Pentacles, and that is sitting directly under Child of the Cosmos and Water Your Own Garden. So this is basically you coming into the realization in the, I don't want to say, when I say distant past, I don't mean like far distance, probably just in the last few months, honestly, of realizing that you need to start working more on yourself, on your own manifestation, on your own life, trying to take back the steering wheels of your own life so that you can create your own adventure, just like we said. So this is you, basically just in the past, recent past, divine twins, both of you independently, deciding that it's time for you to build your own fortune. It's time for you to grow, to get your own fruits, your own vegetables, and that you are in charge of it, that you get to decide what your life is going to look like, okay? And then, so, I mean, that's beautiful. This is just finally the beginning of self-realization, self-mastery. It's gorgeous, okay? So then, moving into the recent past, yeah, that's how I want to say it. The recent past slash present. So this is kind of interesting. So you have the Six of Swords with the Page of Swords. I'm going to put these both in the present right now. It's like you're ready to move on and leave behind the old you. You're ready to heal and walk away from what you don't need anymore, from the person who didn't take care of themselves, from the person who didn't trust themselves. And this is you basically deciding that you are ready. You are ready to take your own journey of self-discovery, self-healing, of just learning to trust yourself. And that's where the initiation comes in. Look at this. This is wild. I love this. Look at this, the initiation. So this is you ready to go and cross a new threshold, right? Remember we talked about that threshold? What is that threshold? Ooh, Kalima. Don't worry about this tower. I'm not even looking at it like the tower at all. I'm looking at it as Kali, okay? That threshold is you learning to separate your soul from your ego. That's who Kali Ma is. That's the Hindu goddess Kali Ma, and she comes forward to help you physically, if you need to, separate your soul and your ego. That's what this is. This is you stop, finally choosing to listen to your intuition and follow the path that your intuition wants to take you on. And this is going to take you pretty far. You're going to be doing this work for a while, okay? Because this is going into the future, okay? So Kali Ma, now listen, I want to say, I do want to warn, I do want to say this about to you twins. This could be that there is a tower moment coming up in the future. I don't want to scare you, but that could be. And it's going to be a rite of passage. It's going to be something that has to happen so that you can cross this threshold, okay? Because there's definitely a journey you're on now, a journey that you've chosen, a journey where you chose to leave something behind, you know, to move past something and to really focus on yourself. Go deep. It looks like you were going deep, 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 deep into yourself. So again, twins, I don't feel necessarily that y'all are in physical union yet. If you are in physical union, I'm not surprised at all if you're both kind of doing your own thing, right? It doesn't mean that you're like having any issues or problems with each other. Nothing like that. It's just that you're focusing more probably on yourself. That's fine. That's fine. I am a little bit concerned about the tower in regards to the twins. Y'all could be having incoming in the future, and this is usually pretty soon, okay? This is the pretty near future. A tower moment where you're both going to have to choose how you respond to it and to each other, okay? And that is really going to make or break you, I do think. That's going to make or break what path y'all are going to be on going forward. If you both choose correctly and then choose your own adventure, that's going to turn the page to where you get to meet each other, I think, okay? So be aware of a personal tower moment that is more than it seems, I think, because that tower moment is going to, if you make the right choice and you let go of these aspects of yourself that kept calling in these things that you needed to forgive, and you choose differently, then I think you're going to be coming towards each other. Because look here, you've got King of Swords, the Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords, the King of Mirrors, and the Nine of Scrolls. So, hold on, I have to think about that for just one second. With the Nine of Swords at the end. So, yeah, so I do think that there is a tower moment coming up for you. If you're not already in union, this is going to make or break you, absolutely, because you begin with the King of Swords, you end with the Nine of Swords. So, you know, the King of Swords is where you leveled up, okay? You did the work, you, in the present, okay? This is you in the present, doing the work. And then moving forward, you know, you've leveled up your thinking. Well, here you have this moment where it's like you're being reflective, okay? You've got the King of Mirrors and the Seven of Scrolls, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is like deception and trickery, okay? So it feels like there's going to be somebody coming in just about the time you feeling pretty confident and you're feeling good, and you're feeling this like balance, like you've dealt with this forgiveness in the shadow, there's going to be somebody who's going to come along and test that. There is some deception here, okay? And you're going to find out, did you actually level up? There's going to be somebody who is going to deceive you, who is going to maybe even stab you in the back. It's going to be, this is interesting because this is, you know, the King of Cups, but in this case, it says King of Mirrors. And I really want to make sure y'all see that, because mirrors, what are mirrors doing? They're reflecting it back to us. So this person is going to be reflecting back to us something we've already gone through in the past. This is going to be a pattern you've already experienced at least once, okay? This person is going to make you see, did you choose wisely, okay? Because this is definitely a pattern that you've gone through in the past, all right? This is definitely a reflection of something in the past, something that caused you many sleepless nights, something that you probably have worked through, something that you think you've worked through is coming back, okay? And I think that thing that's coming back is going to be this Tower moment. And I feel like that Tower moment is going to be for you independently. I just don't honestly feel like this has to do with y'all as a union, as a couple. I feel like this is independent still. And each of you need to choose wisely, okay? You need to show, you need to put your vibration out there that you are this King of Scrolls. You don't want to be, you in the past were this Nine of Scrolls, where you just let life happen to you and it just beat you up and it felt like you were being stabbed in the back and you lost a lot of sleep over it. Well, it's time for you, because it's gonna come knocking on your door, okay? Hang on, it's time for you. It's gonna come knocking on your door, like literally come knocking on your door, and it's gonna be a reflection of something from the past, something that probably even broke your heart, okay? Something that caused a lot of sleepless nights. Time for you to show that you, in fact, have leveled up, twins, all right? Watch out for this Tower moment. It's on its way. But remember, this Tower moment is a rite of passage. This isn't an initiation. If you choose wisely, you choose wisely. If you make the right choices, you are going to reap. You're going to reap the fruits of your labor. I really feel like this is the moment, this Tower moment, that leads you to each other. Don't be afraid of that Tower moment. Choose wisely. All right, Twin Flames. So excited for you. I want to hear all about it. Happy Christmas Eve. I hope you come back tomorrow for our very special Christmas Day reading. And if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Know how much I love you. Y'all are my gift. You are the gift that keeps on giving, and I love you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. And happy Merry Christmas Eve. Love y'all.